Too bad you can play both these at once. Only play one. We'll figure it out. See if I can find somebody. Oh, I should hit comments, see if anybody shows up. And YouTube says I'm live. That's always a good thing. Get a little bit of a loop first. That's always a bad thing. So, John 2618, how are you, buddy? And you're the first one popping in. And wow, that's a bit of a lag. ATDCC Colby, how are you? CDP 1965. I should probably read over here. Santa Fe Bob, good day. How are you? I do have my YouTube on. It is muted, so let me know, guys, if you can hear a little bit of a loop. And if not, then I'll just have to get rid of it. Might make the contest a little harder to do, but you never know. Marty M, how are you, bud? And I've kind of screwed this. I wonder if I can change this around right now. I can do no, because then I'm going to be looking at the wrong camera. So I will figure this out in a minute. So Nathan DeLay, how are you, sir? Dwight Curley, PDR, our engineer. Santa Fe Bob. Digger Evans, nice to see you, bud. Joe Raider, Black Rock Central Railroad. Hello to all. Hastings, BNSF N-Scale Modeler. How's the old volume? Sometimes I got to learn to sit up. N-Scale Union Pacific Evanston Subdivision. How are you doing, Roy Smith from Panama? And we got Chasco in here. How are you, bud? Schuylkill River Valley for John number 2. And Joe G making his comeback, hitting the live streams. Right on, buddy. How are you? And Sean McGee, nice to see you, bud. Again, Sean McGee, you're supposed to be in a chair behind me. Studio audience. We got to get this figured out. What do I got to start paying people to come over? Wow. And I should probably read some of this stuff. And we got Nick in here. BNSF 6951. How are you doing? JT1. Hello, Digger. And we got Albert Mason. Hey, what's up, Sparky? I subscribed like you told me. One of the 50th percent. Well, now you're one of the 45%. So right on, bud. Thanks for that. And if you guys like it after the show's done, make sure you hit a thumbs up. Pretty sure you're going to like it, though, if I'm going to be giving something away. Everybody likes contests. Miles Junction N-Scale, how are you doing? And I should learn to breathe every once in a while. There's Rob. Why are you digging for? Or why is he? No, I'm not going there. I'll just, not my stream. Not it's my stream, but not my place to make fun of Rob tonight. So I'll just be a good little boy. RDNT, howdy to you, bud. Nice to see you. And Robert, good evening, Sparky and everyone. Marty M saying hi to Digger, the train freak. Hi to everyone. Hastings, you need free barbecue to recruit a studio audience. Yeah, step it up. A lot of people say donuts and coffee. If I did a barbecue, I'd probably get a few more people, right? So, hey, hold on. I tried a barbecue. I got like, I don't know, what was there? About 10 of us here? That wasn't bad. So, and Delta CRJ 900. Nice to see you. A couple new names in the chat. That's pretty cool. And Train Freak saying hi to everybody. Sean McGee saying hi to Vinny. And Dwight Curley saying hi to Vinny. And Train Freak saying hi to Chuck. Anyway, maybe I'll stop reading that. Waterloo Central 9 Productions. Hello, how are you? Hey, there's Leslie Gilpin. Nice to see you popping in. Fine morning to you over there. And Nick, how's it going, Sparky? It's going really good. You know that? I know it looks like I'm looking over here because I want to read the YouTube chat to start. Then I'll kind of flip over here because the StreamYard's chat is a little jumpy and it is a little delayed every once in a while. So it'll sit here for a bit and then all of a sudden it goes swing. And the next, like that. Now all of a sudden the next bunch of chat comes up. So I'm hanging with the boys. That's Dawson's Railfan Adventures. And Highland Husky Mooch Squad. How are you, sir? Nice to see you popping in. There's Norman Rowe, my #1 fan, I would say. Well, he's a lot of people's #1 fan. He's in a lot of live streams. And he's got the old blue wrench for a lot of other channels, too. So he's a big help. So very cool. Thanks for hanging out. And yep. So get right through it because I'm pretty excited about my special guest tonight. Maybe some of you can try to guess who it's going to be just by some of my hints I threw out during the week. There's no prize, of course, if you get it right. So Iron Horse Route D and RGW. How are you doing, Brian? So super chats from last Wednesday. We had the Train Freak. we had Rick Bailey, and we had Weber Model Railroading. Thank you very much for the super chats last week. But I got to say, you guys must really like my Sunday stream. So let me know in the chat right now what you guys thought of me doing kind of the meet thing on Sunday. Bring up other channels and stuff so we can just meet people that are doing videos, or if they have a channel or something like that. I kind of had a lot of fun. It lasted for a little over 2 hours. But super chats from that, we had Famil D. Estrada, Container Man 68, BNSF 6951, The Train Freak, King Fox Junction, CDP 1965, Lee River Subdivision, Andy Ambrose for 2 of them, and CAMP Railroad. Now, what's kind of cool about some of those super chats is a lot of those people were guests on that live stream. So that was pretty cool. And I think we really helped out CAMP Railroad. He went up quite a few subscribers that day. So really cool on you, bud. Hopefully you're sticking it out. And I noticed you posted a video right away how you did that dancing train car thing. So can't wait to check that out. I haven't had a chance yet. So, and Rachel, how are you? And that must mean that Barnabas Junction's in here. And that's probably so you guys got 2 shots at the HO scale locomotive. I understand how that works. Jerry Satterelli, how are you, bud? And we got Corey in here. Sean McGee, I say hi to, but we also have, where'd you go? Crossed Anchors Railroad. How are you, sir? Ron Perry dropped a hello video, says he is coming back. I know, I've seen all 3 of his videos. He's got 3 channels, posted a coming back soon video on all 3 of them. So I should probably send him a text and hopefully a couple days, let him get his feet wet in the outside world again and get his butt over here. That'd be pretty cool to have him on Wednesday night. So I know he used to do a lot of live streams and things. So that'd be really cool to actually have him sitting right here. Michael McCarville, how are you, bud? And remember, everybody, tonight, right after I shut my live stream off, Michael McCarville will be going live within like 10 seconds. So keep him sitting in the background. Open a second page if you have to. And that way you can go right from mine, right to his. So, hey, Ralph Greenwood, how are you, bud? So, guys, we are going to be having a contest tonight. I know I'm keeping the guy in the basement a little bit longer than normal. I'm mean. Because Sparky doesn't shut up. I got to learn to shut up. I really do. But N scale guys, tonight, I'm going to keep an eye on my super chats and super stickers for tonight. And at some point, when I run out of wigs, that's for the N scale guys. It's a -8 DCC and sound. Hold it up close enough. It looks like an HO scale one. That's not bad. That's a pretty cool locomotive, guys. You N scalers are pretty lucky on that one. See if I can get this back in the box. Nope. Think so. So that's the N scale prize. What do you guys think of that one? Rick Bailey, Wednesday night glasses. Let's do toot toot. Hold on. Don't do the toot toot yet. Okay, now you can. I think you can. Yep, now you can. We'll hear you. Glasses. We can do glasses, bud. Rick Bailey, thanks very much, bud. There's super chat number 1. Didn't go through a wig though. He wanted the glasses. And you N scale guys. I'm not going to take this one out of the box. There we go. The spirit of the Union Pacific. I called it the spirit of America before, but it's building America. Hey, Rick Bailey, toot toot. So that's the HO scale prize tonight, guys. We'll be doing it Sparky style for the contest. You guys all know what it is, but I will explain it later. Oh, Marty, how are you, bud? Marty, we'll give you one of these. And the train freak wants me to look a little bit like him, so I got to go like this. There, bearded wig. I got to hold it there, though. That's the only problem with that. So thanks very much, guys. Awesome. That gets rid of 2 of them. We're going to put these ones over here because when you go through all the wigs, that might just be the time to do the contest. You never know. But like I said, I'll be keeping an eye on that stuff. James Galton, how are you, bud? Am I yelling at you guys too much? Hey, I know this guy. Go via or go home for Meet the Live Streamer tonight.
How's it going?
And James, Sorry, Chris. Got to try to keep up with these. There we go. The judge is in the house. So if you happen to see one of those, let me know because I might miss a couple.
Will do.
But here we go, guys. We got Go Via or Go Home as Meet the Live Streamer. And real name's Chris. And I really have to ask this one because that is just a very original name. Go Via or Go Home. How did you come up with that?
So I have a tendency of going a little bit bigger than what I should. Just like our imaginations running away on us, right? So takes a little bit from the go big or go home. But I genuinely run via Go Transit and Ontario Northland. So go via or go home. You got to go all the way.
That's a pretty simple explanation. And we got Nora in the house, Northern Ohio Railroad Action. And we got Jackie, Nate Jackson, Marty M. Are you a train man too? So pretty cool. We're filling up pretty quick. We got 77 in the house, all to meet you.
Oh,
they are I am. So this is all for you, bud.
I'm humble. Vinny, what's going on?
Yeah. So if we see any questions in the chat, like I said, you can see the chat.
Yep.
Okay. So if you see one, go ahead and just let me know what the question is. I'll try to highlight it for us at the time. Interrupt anytime you want. So Barnabas Junction, is it me or does the stream keep buffering? It's just you. Mine's doing okay. Can't hear myself, but it's doing all right. So Frank Neer just got the link. Uh-oh. I'd have another guest. Who knows? Anyway. So what came first, your layout or the YouTube channel?
Well, depending on which layout we're talking about, because I think in the time that I've been doing YouTube, I think I'm on layout number 5 now. I keep moving and I have the worst luck. So I'm going to say a layout, but yeah, the only thing that's been consistent is the YouTube. So
when did you start the YouTube then?
I want to say 5 years ago, 5 or 6. I might be coming up on 6 now.
Any reason why you started, or?
You know what? I just love this hobby, and personally, I just like to share what I do. I mean, in some cases, there's like 100 ways to do one thing, and I'm just another coin in the pond, So, gonna offer my, if I know how to do something, I'll share it. And it might help somebody, might not. Somebody might even know an easier way to do something, and they'll let me know. And that's how we grow as a community. So.
Yeah, you see that in the chats quite a bit. You ask one question to 5 different people, you get 10 different answers. So
yep.
For sure. But I was going to say you can't offer your 2 cents anymore because Canada doesn't have pennies. So actually got to give a whole nickel's worth now.
That's true.
Oh. So when did you really start getting into model railroading? I don't want to know when you actually got your first train set. Everybody got one when we were kids, or we all ran one around a Christmas tree, but when did you really start going gung-ho? I'm going to build a big, grand layout. I'm going to run what I want on it. We're going to have lots of trains.
Well, that would be just over 7 years ago when we had our first child, our first son. It was something that I had done when I was younger, for sure, just like everyone else, that, like you said, around the Christmas tree and whatnot. But at that time when we had my first son, Landon, basically I had pulled out my, the Tycho stuff and all that. And it was actually the first time I even heard trains make sound. I had no clue about DCC and all that. So I was learning all that, at about 7 years ago. And it's just kind of grown since then. I had like a 7-foot by 2-foot module in my garage, and of course, Canadian winters didn't work out all that well, and I didn't even have a basement. It was all blast rock, so I couldn't even do a basement layout at the time. So it wasn't until a couple of years later we moved and I had a basement. So perfect.
Yeah, garages aren't exactly insulated for all seasons over here in Canada. It's just a couple boards put up on some studs with a door that's not insulated normally. So
yep,
even trying to insulate a garage normally doesn't work because the doors all have to be changed and everything else.
Nope.
Throwing money out the window trying to heat that up. So, if anybody's got any questions for Chris, or go via or go home, should say, sorry, throw them up in the chat. We'll try to see them. You throw them up in a super chat, I'm guaranteed to see it because Chris will yell at me. So, what scale do you model presently?
HO.
Have you dabbled in any other scales?
I had a crazy moment in my life where I did go to N scale, and I don't admit that to a lot of people. So, but not that there's anything wrong with it. I saw that -8 you have there. Wow.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice. But trying to get a contact, I got to go through all my wigs before I can have a contact. So. And I'm not going to tell people how many wigs I've got. So,
but I've dabbled a little, but HO strong right now. So
now you were saying you actually deleted some of your videos and stuff off your channel.
Yeah.
This is going to be a shame me bringing this up, maybe, but you had a video when you went to N scale first, and you took HO scale cars, you threw them in the dryer, and they came out as
N scale. Yeah, they shrunk. I think I blame my kid on that.
I think you did, but James Galton, thanks, buddy. Oh, I'll give you the little orange one. Super stickers are just as good. Go through the wigs. So yeah, I laughed so hard when I watched that video, and because you did it so realistically, and you just take a bunch of them and throw them in there, turn on the dryer, and you can hear it going clink, 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 clank, 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 and then taking them out in their N scale, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That's not the words I used, but
the 2-minute clip that you'd seen was actually what felt like 2 hours of filming one thing over and over again. I don't know if anybody's ever worked with children, but I recommend not to. They don't cooperate all that well. So,
especially at that age.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How old's your son?
He didn't know what was going on. He had no idea.
Yeah. How old's your son now?
He's 7.
I was going to say that might be one of the hard questions for tonight, right?
Just don't ask me his birthday.
Yeah, no. That'd be bad. So, speaking of your son, though, is model railroading your hobby, or does your family get involved in it at all?
Yeah. Well, so now I've got 2 boys. Landon is 7, and Riker, he just turned 4 not too long ago, and they like to help, or they like to think that they're helping, especially with the building process. Can I hold the drill? Can I chop this with the chop saw? Usually it's a no. I try to avoid that stuff, but they are very helpful, and they love to run the trains too, but they only know one speed, and that's really, really fast. So
that's the speed I do when I go down to Vinny's and visit in October.
Yeah.
And scale trains with a Digitrax controller. It's okay, go have fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how far did this knob go?
I just got to find a way to get rid of that knob, so that way I can't.
The last question that my son asked me was, "Can it fly?" And I said, "I hope not."
There's one for you.
Oh, where's the question?
Chris, how many LRC cars do you have now?
Oh, I have unlucky 13. 13
Really?
cars, yes.
Wow. And I've got to start stacking the wigs on here, I think.
Oh, I'm seeing Heth is actually asking favorite thing about Go and Via. That's a tough one. So I think with Go, it's the cars. The bi-level cars, they just look so good in a row with the green and white and very streamlined. With Via, it's got to be like those colorful cars. The F40, it's one of my favorite locomotives. So as for what's better, you're putting me on the spot. That's too tough of a question. I like them both. I don't discriminate. I gotta like them both. Via.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hi to 1-800-Clyde and Pittsburgh Train Fanatic. Nice to see you. Nick was in here last week in your hot seat, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I seen that. Is O scale?
Yes, he is.
That was very nice.
it's O scale or O gauge, depends on where he's buying it from. So,
True.
Chris, you gonna run any American Railroad stuff?
I've often talked about that in the past because Canadian, right? So I usually model what I know. That's what I can get away with. But if I was to go American and start running American stuff, it's going to be the NS. Gotta love that pony. The Norfolk Southern, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I do kind of favor them too. That's a lot better than CSX anyway. Plain blue with CSX on it. Hey, look, I got a boxcar logo.
Oh yeah, but like the blue is really nice though. Like, you know what I mean? Even like Conrail blue, so nice. Those are like close seconds.
You know me and Conrail, big blue baby. That's all there is. And then of course on my live streams I never run Conrail stuff. So, oh, here's another one from Nathan DeLay. Chris, have you seen or heard about the locomotives being scratch built?
Have you seen or heard about locomotives being scratch built? Yes. Usually they'll take a shell from one and then they gut it and then add detail parts to make it even better, or from, you'll use the shell from one thing and then you try to combine it and make another, but that's out of my pay grade.
I think where Nathan's trying to go with that is he makes these out of pop cans.
Oh, okay. Yes, I have seen those.
And right now he's just starting to, I guess, a kind of a new series. He's making them out of bullet casings.
Oh, nice.
It's definitely different. It's different. So, joys of wigs. I get to eat hair. There you go. How do you get Mark M&M Rail to not goof around on your live streams? I didn't even know you did live streams yet.
Yeah, he's been doing, because basically when I was at my last house, I started doing a once a month running trains live opposed to the GVO After Dark that I normally do. And I kind of had him take over that. He's very shy when it comes to, doing lives and whatnot. He has the same worries that most other people would have. Like, what if I mess up, or what if I say the wrong thing? But I told him, you just do it. And then whatever, walk it off. If something happens, something happens. That's the beauty of going live, right? Anything can happen.
Oh, that's why most people tune in. So, what time setting are you modeling Go and Via?
Mostly modern stuff. Yeah, I'm not a historian of sorts. I didn't go through the history and stuff, but I don't know. I prefer modern, but I'll go as far back as 80s, late 70s.
No steam on your layout?
No, people have often recommended it, but until they have like somebody produces an O&R steam engine, I doubt it'll happen. I was real close to the Hudson though, real close. Those are beautiful. So,
yeah, they are. I've got one, never out of the box yet.
Really?
I just haven't had time, and the problem is the Hudsons actually did have problems.
Yeah.
So I might even be screwed on that one for their fix-it date. So.
Just for testing purposes, absolutely, yeah.
So, but it's up in the closet still. I got to bring it all the way down here and then set it all up and everything. I've been having problems with that big boy, so I don't know.
It happens.
Couple of things to try to that with the big boy. A couple people have told me take it out of a consist, which I've never done. But hey, I'll try it. And the other thing I've heard is try it just on DC.
Yeah,
and I don't like running my DCC with sound stuff on just plain old DC, but maybe it won't hurt just to kind of turn it on to see if it moves anyway. But
yeah,
things to try. So, so your family is into it, but they're not helping yet. So, now we're getting into the nitty gritty stuff of the whole reason why we're here. Like, why did you start live streaming in the first place?
To really connect more with everybody who would leave messages and whatnot, and sometimes it's just like I've always looked for new and exciting ways to do one thing, and with the live show, I know that nothing is original anymore.
I'm just doing this. I think I probably missed one. So
nothing's original anymore. So doing a live show or live presentation or running trains live or anything like that, I don't know. I just wanted to throw something together to, further share, everything as far as with the hobby, like a news, almost like that. I mean, a news channel.
Oh,
Give
so
you all
the
a,
new stuff coming out and things like that. And you
yeah.
deal a lot with Otter Valley Railroad too, right?
Yep. Yep. Done a lot of business with them over the years. Lauren's a great guy. Talk business, talk everything.
Yeah, for sure. Always great talking with him. And yeah, you get the scoop on what's coming out soon. And as soon as it does come out, he'll let you know. So
Oh yeah.
oh. So what do you do on your live streams?
So besides talking about upcoming releases, talking about things that are in store now, I also do some sort of news clip. So I'll talk about, let's say, if something happened with CN in the news, I'll share that information with everybody. Just it's a little different, just yeah. And then, of course, if I get my hands on new products, I'll demo them right live so you can see it happening firsthand. Give you my impressions. Mark will give his impressions. We'll just do an overview, basically.
So do you model passenger trains only, or do you also model freight?
Both. I started with just passenger. And then after doing a couple of live op sessions with Dave A88, he got me into freight like hardcore. So now I can't really pick a side. So I got to do both.
Oh, I lost that one. Latest count on your ON boxcar collection?
I'm close to 30. Close to 30. Yeah, and they're all different numbers too. I don't like doubles. I don't play doubles here.
Wow, that's dedication.
I'm on the Facebook groups too a lot. So when I see somebody post something for sale, or if I'm in the mood, I'll post a post looking for, if anybody's got any loose cars or anything, doubles, if they want to lighten their load there and say, well, I've got 10 cars here. What numbers do you have? I have 5 of those. Okay, give me the other 5. And yeah, that's how I build up my collection real quick.
So do you like any other road names?
I've been expanding to CN a lot more. I have collected CP a bit in the past, but yeah, mostly just via Ontario Northland is my favorite, and Go Transit as well. So mostly those.
Not sure I should want to put this one up here.
You auction off all this rolling stuff. Well, for obvious reasons, they're not mine to auction off, but I definitely give him the business. He's a friend of mine, so obviously he knows I'm just joking when I do that. I'd sooner keep it for myself than give it away, because those are some nice items that he had there. So
I was going to say he must know a little more insight about some of your videos you've posted then, or your live streams. So
yeah.
What are the main diesel trains that you have?
You should have. I'm not sure what you should have. Everybody has preference. On a few of my other layouts, because I couldn't have those massive curves, I was sticking to 4-axle locomotives. So your GP38s, your GP40s, GP9s, a lot of the smaller ones where you can double them up to pull more if you need to, or just run a single and it still looks fine.
Yeah, that's when I fell in love with Conrail. Like when I was in the 80s going through St. Thomas, and it was GP38s, and they'd have 3 of them at the front, and there was always a caboose at the back. And these trains to me were just massively long, like miles long.
Yeah.
And of course, once I became more of a teenager and into other things, trains got bigger too, and I didn't notice them as much. But
yeah,
GP38s for me are just the cat's butt. So
they look so nice together when you run as a pair. GP9s working a yard back to back. Yeah, I don't think there's anything better. But a lot of people will say, well, I want to have the biggest locomotive. Your SD 90 Max or whatever, which look phenomenal. But I mean, to me personally, I'd rather have a double loco power as opposed to one massive locomotive. So
Yeah, the only problem with that is trying to speed match them all and everything else. So
true. I try to
that's
stick to the same manufacturers too, right? So with my F40s, they're all Rapido, and I can run 2 right out of the box, and they're already speed matched, and I don't have to worry about it. Same thing with what is it? Atlas as well. I can get 2 GP40s, and I don't have to worry about speed matching because they're already good to go. So
yeah. I did have a video. Well, I still have a video on my page, and it was taking 2 locomotives from each manufacturer. So I did Rapido, the Coors Light set. And then I did some Athearn. I had 3 of those locomotives running, and then I had 3 BLYs. I put them all up. They were all still on locomotive 3 for their number, and put them all on the track and started running them all at 40 speed steps. Then I put the speedometer out, and you just constantly watch them fluctuate between. They were close, but I actually found Rapidos were the worst.
Really?
For actually not being speed matched. And that was Coors Light set. You think they would have been bang on. So
right out of the box, though, right? Like I at least try to give them a couple of loops around. I think it's 30 minutes in your forward direction and then 30 minutes backwards. That's roughly your break-in time right there.
Yeah.
And then they're usually good to go from there. But
this question keeps coming up a bit if I find it again.
So
do you use old locomotives for your layout to represent the modern era?
I've got a couple. Like I've got the tempo set. I think that was more or less a splurge, but like a happy splurge because it runs so well. But I mean, not really. Like I try to get as modern as possible. Even with certain because with Ontario Northland there's at least 4 different paint schemes right there, and I have a little bit of every paint scheme really, but again more modern than older.
Still got a couple to go, guys. They're hanging up. I'm hiding them on you. Put them up high so you can see it. So best thing you like about YouTube is hanging out with the community basically?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have a bunch of great guys. They're always like, and I've had a few of them on my show, and when I go to a train show, I meet them in person, and everyone's just been awesome. So
speaking of your show, when is it? What's it called?
GVO After Dark, and it's the last Thursday of every month. I make a point to make it at Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Repetitiveness, you got to keep it consistent, right? Just like with your show. Wednesday nights. So
and especially with YouTube not giving out notifications there for a bit. Keep everything the same, people will come. So
yeah,
that works out a lot. So with you doing your live streams and stuff, do you have a favorite, a best one that you've ever done?
A favorite
in your not number wise, but the best one that you've done?
Wow. I mean, I've been doing it for 2 years. So at least 24 episodes, and I really like the shows where it has a theme to it. So I'm pretty sure my favorite was the Rapido show, where we had a huge display of a whole bunch of models that Rapido had done at one point or another, and we got to sit down, talk about them, our likes, dislikes, what we recommend. And yeah, it's probably one of my favorite.
And of course, the other side of that question has to be worst live stream you ever did.
Worst live stream. To be honest, I mean, I did one recently, and it was a live stream, but it was rail fanning, and I don't know if it's
to you or not.
Sorry,
I'm not sure if that's to you or to me.
Maybe the Swiss Miss Girl. I have no idea what that means.
It might have something to do with one of my wigs.
But yeah, when you do rail fanning live, it takes away from the, okay, so we're all going to be here at this time, and we're all going to jump on it at the same time, and we'll all be at the same place at the same time, to, okay, well, I'm just going to record this live and everybody will just watch it when they get a chance. So it takes away from it, and I don't really like it as much. It's great to see a locomotive in real life and share that, but it takes away from being able to share the experience with everybody at the same time.
Dave's giving me a break. He wants the glasses again, so I still got 2 wigs to go through. Awesome. So, what's the worst thing that you can think of when you're doing a live stream? Like, what do you dislike about live streams? And not necessarily yours, even if you're on mine type thing, or somebody else's.
Worst thing about a live stream, maybe just controlling the situation, right? Like if there's an argument in the chat and you're like, well, we're not even talking about that. That's off topic. Well, where I'm here showing you this amazing train, but you're talking about grilled cheese versus, hamburgers, right? So, it takes away from what you plan to do, and it's not that great. I mean, it's great that they're interacting, but unless you're doing a live stream about grilled cheese versus hamburgers,
Yeah, I kind of understand where you're kind of going with that, because like the live streams are about trains and stuff like that, and a lot of times in the chat it does go to food, and then the chat just kind of takes off. Like, sure, YouTube sees a lot of interaction with your live stream then, but like you said, it's got nothing to do with what you were actually doing your live stream on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you actually have to take time out to play with the chat a little bit. And yeah, I read your hamburger, and yeah, I saw that you like grilled cheese and like to get back to the trains, but oh, this person likes spaghetti. So
yeah, I don't know how it is for you, but when I'm doing my live show, because I only do it once a month, I have to go through all my different steps. So I have to find a news article. I have to wait for all these new things to show up in store and write them all down as it happens. And it's a month-long journey to create one episode. And then they're talking about grilled cheese, and I'm like, oh. You know what I mean? It is what it is, but all that effort.
So ESG was editing again, so we almost missed this. I'm on at 7 p.m. every Wednesday night. I don't get it. I even put out a video beforehand. How do you miss it? Time to pick on John. So DB Tech, worst thing about the live stream, when you run out of things to talk about or your stream goes dead. And I don't really have that kind of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You can always go over to the chat and read stuff that's there that will take over your chat. But a lot of times you try to plan your live stream to go longer than the time that you're allotting for it.
Yeah. So usually about an hour is your base.
Yeah.
And depending on your content, could drag into your next hour. But when you hit that point where people are off topic, or you just find that, well, I find that I'm saying a lot, it's usually time to throw in the towel and say, okay, we're good, everybody, thanks, and have a good night at that point.
Now that you said that, I'm going to be listening for it.
or watch for it. Mark will just do one of these to his watch and be like, come on, it's time to go.
Yeah. So you did mention something else that you use YouTube for.
Yes.
What was that?
With everything I do, I try to do as much as possible. I fill up my time with so many projects and things. So I also promote certain things. So I'll promote Otter Valley. I sell art. I know it sounds fancy. It's not fancy, but it's me selling art for Andy Fletcher. So I'm the Canadian upline or distributor for Andy Fletcher's art. And I often, I talk about it and whatnot, and let people know that they can reach out to me if they're interested in any and whatnot.
Now, you have some of that art with you, right?
I do. And actually we'll do a giveaway. I'm gonna do a giveaway on your channel.
You want to do that right now?
You want to see it?
Yeah, you could actually do that right now if you want. I'm gonna hand this stream over to you. This is your live stream for the next, till this is over. I should put you. Probably do this the other way.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you.
It's so weird being by myself here. So, but yeah. So what we were saying, we're gonna do a giveaway, and I'm gonna show you some of the art that I do offer. It is done by Andy Fletcher, and I'll place an order. I'll get a whole bunch sent to me, and then people will say, okay, well, I'm looking for this one, or I'm looking for that one, or they just choose from what I have available. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the ones that I have available right now, and I'm going to do 2 giveaways. So I'm going to pick 2 numbers, and I'm going to write them down. I'm going to write them down right now, well, in a minute. And then in the chat, when I say go, you're going to choose a number between something and something. And next week, because next week is GVO After Dark, episode number 23. If you show up, and I'll let you know if you won, and then I'm going to mail you your very own poster, the one that you choose that you want. Now, you don't have to tell me in the chat which one you want. You can tell me after, but I'm going to show you your options now. So there's Via Rail. So there's a Via Rail one. Very nice. It has a couple of P-42s and some passenger cars. Now, the cool thing about this is that everything is numbered correctly. All the cars have their correct names on it, like Glacier Park for the Dome car. The Canada 150 is number 900. So they're all prototypical in the sense where they're all prototypical, and they're even numbered correctly, which is great. Because I know a lot of people are very specific about that. So it's another reason why I love this art. Another option for our CP fans. These are the military trains, special edition, the veterans. Very nice. Those are really, really nice. I have one of these as well. And for our old-timey folk, we've got some steam, some Canadian steam. There's some CP on there. We've got some CN, BC Rail, and there's even a Quebec one there as well. And now, normally when I do sell them, I do give you the option for just the print by itself, or by the print and a frame. These ones won't have frames, so it's just the print itself. So now I normally sell them for about $25 a print, or $35 with frame, and then obviously shipping. But I'm just sending them as is for the prints. I have one Ontario Southland left. Very nice. You got a couple of different ones there, right? The switchers at the bottom. So for the other ones, I have multiple, just in case both people want a Via Rail. I've got at least 2 Via Rails. But for the Ontario Southland, I only have one. And for this one here, it is the Breast Cancer Awareness UP train, Union Pacific. Very nice cars. Again, prototypical with all their numbers and whatnot. Make a great gift. Or you hang it on the wall. They're all 17 by 11 inch size. So you would need a frame for that. But yeah, so I'm going to... Where's my...
Before you get started, you said the artist is who?
Andy Fletcher.
So, and you're going to pick a number between... We have 96 in the chat right now, right?
96. So I'm going to pick 2 numbers. Both numbers are going to be between 1 and 100. We'll do that because it's easy. Just round it up, and then when both numbers have been claimed, we'll stop. I'll let you guys know, and then I'll just have to go back through and write down their names accordingly, and then I'll wait for the show next week to announce.
Now, do you want to put AF before the guesses?
What do you mean AF?
Well, it's Andy Fletcher that does the prints.
Right.
So if you put AF in front, it just slows down the chat just a little bit so people aren't doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
True. Okay, yeah. So capital A, capital F, and then a number. And the numbers are going to be...
All you again, bud.
All right. So I've got both the numbers. So when everybody is ready, we're going to go AF and then your number of choosing. And it's between 1 and 100.
I'll put start in the chat once you say it.
Whenever you're ready, go.
So we got AF26, AF24, AF25. Wow, chat's just flying on the YouTube side of it. Yeah, way too fast. StreamYards can't keep up to this one. So we got AF13, AF20, AF40. Doesn't have to be in capitals, guys, just AF. Doesn't matter. AF44, 16. Wow, I'm going to really have to slow this down later. AF13, AF66. I hope you're watching this. AF 107, 107. Way to go, Chasco. But I don't think you got it. AF 57, AF 99, AF 78. I'm only reading like 1 out of 20. AF 1, AF 69, AF 69, AF 100, AF 33, AF 99, AF 90, AF 50, AF 3, AF 4, AF 100, AF. I give up.
They're going slowly here. Still haven't. No one's picked it yet.
You're watching the StreamYard chat.
StreamYard, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one of them is gone.
There we go. So remember, guys, when you're doing this, on the top of the chat on YouTube, make sure you're in live chat, because that does change the position of where your guest will be later in the replay. We got AF 44, 48, 7, 92, 35, 39, 46, 6.
Oh, and we've got, okay, they're both gone.
All right. We'll hit stop in the chat.
I'm going to see it. Am I able to go up? Oh, yes, I can. Oh, cool. Okay, I'm going to scroll through here, and I'm going to mark those 2 names down.
Okay, I will have to inform you how to do this after.
Let's
This
see.
usually takes a good week to go through the chat because it goes so fast.
Yeah.
So, and there's some tricks that I can show you on how to actually go through the chat to pick out the winners in the replay. Now, everybody, remember, it's in the replay when we find the 2 winners. It will be the first 2 winners. He's picked 2 numbers. First person that guessed each number is going to get it. It will be whoever Chris picks. And like I said, it's done from the replay. So as long as you guys were on live chat, it's going to be okay. If you go to top chat, it fixes them up a little bit. So after we do this live stream, Chris, I'll kind of give you some pointers on how you go through that and find it properly, because it is very hard. So
sounds good. But yeah, I'll let everyone know next week on the GVO After Dark who won.
So there's a catch right there. Go V or go home. He's going to be live next Thursday, 8 p.m. So, guys, if you want to know if you won, that's where he's going to tell you who the winners are. So if you're not subscribed to his channel yet, and you were actually guessing in the chat, trying to win these prints, you might want to subscribe to him. You might want to hit the bell, and you might want to mark on the calendar next Thursday.
Next Thursday, yeah.
At 8 p.m. You're going to have to check his channel out to find out if you won. Sparky, how tall is your bench work? Well, bottom level comes up to my waist. The other end's just about above my shoulders, and the top's over my head. If you really want to know, I'd have to get a tape measure. And most people can do inches, so we're good with that. So we got 3 feet to the main level, 62 inches is the second level, and 77 inches is the top. We interrupt this broadcast. So there's Chris's contest. That was pretty cool. I like that. And I like those. I wish I could have guessed on some of those, because I like that OSR. That's nice. Sparky 100 in chat. Right on. And I still got 2 wigs to go through. Oh no, I might not get to my contest because I got 2 wigs to go through yet. That's not going to be.
Do you like Conrail more or Chessie?
Oh, Conrail by far.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only reason why I run Chessie is Conrail ran the main line through it, but Chessie actually had a yard in the south part of St. Thomas, and they actually came up and they had a single line that went through this yard.
Mm-hmm.
It was owned by Chessie System, so there was a lot of times I get like I said, it was the GP38s, and you get 3 of them hauling their train, and they were going down a long straightaway. Chessie be coming off this long curve, and they'd have 2 GP38s, and a lot of times they always, I don't know how they did it, but they'd always do it. The Conrail was just in the front, and the Chessie be just in the back of it, and they'd be running perfect speed with each other. So it was really cool.
Nice.
James Galton's got rid of one of them. Haven't worn this one for a while. Might not be wearing it tonight. There we go. There, one left to go. Then maybe I can have a contest. That'd be cool. So one thing with your YouTube channel and your live streams and everything is, have you met many people off of YouTube outside of YouTube?
So people that are not on YouTube?
No, that are on YouTube. Like, did you ever think YouTube was a place to make friends?
100%. I often, and it's weird when it does happen because I never see it in this way. But yeah, I'll be at a train show.
Uh-oh, did you freeze?
And yeah.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
I'm sorry.
You got as
I
far
always
as
start with an apology.
Yeah, you went to, I'll be at a train show, and then it stopped. So.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I'll run into some. Actually, one guy that lives out here, I went to a Swiss Chalet to pick up an order for my wife and I, and he was behind the counter, and he's like, "You're go via go home, aren't you?" And I'm like, "I just want my chicken." But yeah, and you know, we became friends, and I've even had him on the live show as well, so it was pretty cool.
Oh, Ray Babel, you might not want to leave now.
Oh,
I just ran out of wigs. So yeah, I've had it at train shows too, where you're walking through and you get the tap on the back or something. It's like, "You're Sparky 107. I'm like, "Yeah, so." When I first started it and I wasn't used to it. I know the first guy that did it to me was down from Windsor, and he did, "You're Sparky 107. And I just turned to him and went, "Yeah, so what?" Like, he's like, "I just wanted to meet you." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry. Yeah, cool." Like, it took a couple seconds to actually clue in that, "Hey, dummy, you got a YouTube channel. You should be friendly." So, but I've gone through all my wigs. I'm going to try to have a contest now. So I'm going to drop you back down to the basement just for a few minutes, and we'll bring you back up. Yeah. Okay. As I said, guys, N scale tonight. Pretty sure that's a -8. Beautiful locomotive for N scale, DCC and sound. For the HO scale, guys, again, DCC and sound. 1943. That's the 2 prizes. Now, you guys are pretty warmed up for Chris. Pretty easy. If you want the HO scale prize, you got to hit HO and then your number. If you want the N scale prize, you have to hit N and the number. That's almost cheating. They only got 1 letter to put in there. Oh, well, we'll figure that out. So, guys, a number in between 1 and 100. I'll put in the chat when to start. Again, start with HO for your HO scale prize. Start with N for the N scale prize. The number will be the same. The only difference is going to be HO or N. So I will write down a number. All right, I have wrote down a number. Everybody ready? Somebody tell me you're ready. Somebody say you're ready. HO scale and your guess in between 1 and 100. N scale and a guess in between 1 and 100. DB Tech says no. Okay. Wait for Sparky to say start. Yes, please. You got to wait for me to say start. Everybody says they're ready? No. In between 1 and 100, guys, we got HO65, and the chat just went flying. So, yeah. Hopefully we get a winner here, because, wow. We got 37. We got a lot of hide. Don't worry, guys. I will, in the replay, show everybody's numbers. 54, 66, 88, 79. Geez, this is even faster than Chris's. Everybody's in on this. I'm only seeing HO ones go by, though, so make sure guys are guessing for N scale. Come on. I'm sure you guys are, though. I'm just going to let this one go for a few minutes because I cannot see the numbers whatsoever. I have seen it go by once. I cannot tell you if it was HO or N right now at all, but I have seen it go by once. And well, I almost saw it go by again, but it was the wrong two letters at the front. Somebody hit HP instead of HO. So that one didn't count, but it was the right number. Wow, 13, 35, 76, 42, 24, 19, 19, 19. I find that amazing that somebody will guess one number and then all of a sudden you see like 4 or 5 of them, all the same number. So N, 40, 47, 27, 12, 3, 12, 28. Go back down to the bottom. 19, 59, 33, 17, 2, 92, 50, 48, 92, 63, 52, 53, 33, 45, 75, 18. I can't talk this fast. Somebody threw in 100 in there. That's cool. That's the first time I saw that. And Train Freak did the 107, 107. That was cool. I always like seeing that one go by too. So maybe we're going to have to ask Chris that question, why he doesn't have any numbers on his name. It's just go via or go home. It's not his favorite train number or anything. So HON3, HON3. No, that doesn't count. You can't guess HON. I know that is a scale, but it's not, you can't guess like that. That's cheating. HO1, N, 9, 76, 83, 14, 86. Holy jumping N7. Okay, guys, I'm pretty sure I've seen it twice. I'll throw that up in the chat. Twice. Okay, guys, that's it. We did find it. And the number was 87. So if you guessed HO 87 or N 87, you're a winner. And I did see the number go by twice. So, well, I saw it go by 3 times, but I'm not sure of who did what. So, and there we go. Mr. Go Via Go Home is back up. That was really cool. Did you watch that chat fly? Oh my.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was slow on my end here, but when I pulled it up on my phone, it like...
Yeah, I was doing that for yours too, but wow.
I mean, poster, locomotive, you know what I mean? Like
my channel, your channel.
People should have 2 computers going at one time.
Well, I do. So. Yeah. No, I've always got the 2 screens going, so kind of helps. So Barnabas Junction, why did you hide Jackie? Uh-oh. Heath, don't be doing that. There we go. Anyway, so maybe I'll explain that to the moderators right now that are in here and everybody else that might be a moderator somewhere else is you can hide somebody, delete their chat, put them in timeout, but nobody knows who actually did it, but the moderators do. So moderators see the person that actually put somebody in timeout. So if I put Chris, go via or go home in timeout on my live stream, all my moderators would see that Sparky put Chris in timeout. The chat doesn't see any of that. They don't see that he's put in timeout. They don't see who did it or nothing. So for a moderator to say, hey, man, why did you do that to so-and-so? Now you just let the whole chat know who did it and to who. So it's kind of a double-barrel shotgun type thing when you say something like that because A, nobody knows who did it, and B, nobody knows who it was done to. So just keep that. Did that make any sense, Chris?
It's a little under the bus there with that, but I mean,
I was trying not to throw anybody under the bus, actually, but
Well, is because I've done the whole moderator thing before, and I mean, I've never been penalized for anything like that. But if I've ever had to silence somebody, it's probably for good reason, you know.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, only moderators can see who actually did it.
Mm-hmm.
The chat can't. So other moderators don't use the other moderator's name when something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of what I was getting at. So kind of gone through most of this. Met some other YouTubers and stuff like that. You've made some really good friends. I know that. I have met you personally. Came down to your place and hung out for the day. And I've seen you at train shows and stuff like that. Really cool. I love hanging out with you. So we'll definitely do it again at some point. But future plans for your layout and your channel. So we'll start with your layout because it's looking pretty new behind you.
I've finished my second level. Well, I mean, the construction of the second level. I still have to add the road bed and all that stuff. But yeah, basically it is going to be 3 levels, and I'm on level 2 right now. Yeah, it's getting there. It's work in progress. Helix, I'm terrified of doing the Helix right now, just because it's a huge undertaking. And I mean, you've already been there. You know, we all have hits and misses with the things that we build and the things that we try. How can I do it better? Trial and error, you know. So I'm just hoping that it comes together, and just like a giant puzzle, right?
Oh, it is for sure. But all I can really say about building a Helix and stuff like that is use top quality lumber to do it. Don't just go to the hardware store and buy junk. A little bit thicker than the 3/8 that I've got. At least go with half. If you go a little bit thicker, like 5/8, that's probably better. But like I said, the quality of the lumber, get like a cabinet grade, at least for your Helix. You don't want to move around and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The wood shims that I'd use on mine, the hardest part of the Helix was getting to the initial grade. So I go up 4 inches on mine. So I start with nothing, end with 4 inches. In the middle's got to be 2 inches, and then you just kind of space them out from that. And then after that, it's 4 inches all the way around. All those blocks that you guys see back there, that's all 4 inches. Helixes are not that hard at all. Just the quality of the lumber has to be better. And that's basically all I can say for that, for trying to help you out on doing a Helix. So, but with 3 levels, like, are you starting at 3 feet 66 and 77 or something, or whatever?
So it's 30 inches is the main, like, where my bench work starts for my first level, but I raise up a little bit from there. And then my second level, it's all covered now, but my top level is 63 inches. And yeah, I don't know what my second level is, but each level is about 15 inches apart, is how I kind of worked it out. Because there's certain areas of the ceiling here that drop down because of like the ducts and all that. So I went, which was the highest, which is about 77.5 is the height of all my beams that go around the room. Because it's not attached to the wall. It's all being held up from the bottom and the beams on the back. So they're also legs, the back legs, and they're also the wall supports.
Yeah.
I know it's weird, right? But
it works. So. We've all got different ways for sure. So
exactly. Yeah.
65. Thank you very much, buddy. I'm out of wigs, man. Gotta get Chris to turn his cap or something. There we go. So if anybody else was going to start doing live streams and they came up to you and said, Chris, I love your live streams. Go via After Dark. What can you tell me to make mine as good as yours?
You know,
your head just got really big there.
Even when you start doing it, like, you don't ever expect it to be as big as what it is or as small as what it is. You just kind of do what feels natural, and then whatever happens, really. Because I mean, if I told myself 2 years ago this is going to be great, you know, people are going to like watching and they're going to tune in every, I wouldn't believe myself, you know. But when you start your own, it's really hard because there is a lot of live streams. So you don't want to do something that everyone else is doing. The way Sparky does his live stream is different the way that I do mine. And mine is different than on Track Tuesdays, on Track Tuesdays, and so on and so forth. And you don't want to do, like, I'm not going to sit here and write down everything that Sparky does and then copy it, because you're just watching the same thing the next day. You know what I mean? So like the Wednesday and then Thursday, you got to do something original. You got to really put your pen to paper, put the work in, and you'll get results. You'll definitely, like, when you put the work in with your layout, same thing. If you try, you plan everything out, you ask a friend for help, someone you trust and whatnot, and it'll come together.
Yeah.
Might take a bit, but
yeah. I've had people reach out to me for many other reasons: live streaming, doing videos, review videos, and bench work and running trains and stuff. So, like Chris says, reach out to friends or stuff like that, or YouTube's a great resource. Like, we're all friends in here. It's an awesome community. I'm down to 80 people because contests are all over. So, but yeah, there's 80 people. Like, the one thing I do like about the live streams, and we mentioned kind of what we didn't like, was talking about food and hamburgers and crap like that when you're showing trains. But what I really like about the live streams is I'm showing the train and somebody's got a switch problem and they put it in the chat, and I look over and they're talking about how to fix a switch. And that's got nothing to do with I was doing, but the community's coming together in the live chat at that moment to help somebody out. And I really respect that out of everybody that's in the live streams.
Mm-hmm.
The live streamers doing the stream, holding the area and the place for us all to get together, and for the people in the chat to take the time to read it, communicate with it, take part in it, and help somebody else out at that time. So
that's true. And there's a lot of those things too where people will often look to you for answers, and you're responsible for making sure that the information you give them is helpful. And even with, like, because I just recently I bought an LRC car, so now everybody wants to know, well, because there was an issue with it, so everybody wants to know, well, what is Rapido doing to help you? What steps do you have to go through to get something like this fixed? So you have to guide as much as you can, because if somebody else has that issue, they'll be like, you know what, I heard so and so did this and it worked and it was perfect. Great.
Yeah,
and you feel responsible for that.
Yeah, and that's why I was kind of doing those big boy videos too. Like, I've got a problem, and a lot of us have problems, and I shared it. And through the communication of all that chat and stuff like that, and eventually when I do actually fix it, I'll post the end results. But everybody can go through it and actually see what everybody else's fix is, I guess is the way I'm trying to say that. So to design your layout, did you use computer software, or did you just do the pen and the paper?
Well, like most of my designs, it starts with a napkin, and then eventually it upgrades to a piece of paper, because you never know where you're going to be, and the thought's going to hit you. Moving to here, it took a month to move over. We had about a month. So as soon as I had access to this house with a tape measure, I measured everything out, and I went home and I drew it out. And I never really used computer software, to be honest with you, because I'm a very visual person. That's how I learn. That's how I do everything. And I need to see it right in front of me in 3 dimensions, not like, okay, well, computer format wise, I have to see it physically and build it right in front of me for it to make sense and for it to work for me. That's how I work. It's not a bad way. It's not the right way. It's not the wrong way. It's just, that's how I do it.
To me, a pretty good way. Like, I just kind of threw down some loops, and I used the Bachman Easy Track when I first started out. You kind of know it's going to fit together and things like that. And the Bachman Easy Track has a vast variety now of switches and crossovers and stuff like that. Then I traced that all out, and I put the flex track and stuff on it and go from there. So
it's a good way to know what kind of radius you can fit.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
So
for sure. And then that's the big reason why I like the Bachman Easy Track is the radius stuff. You can get that, draw it down, and actually stay to that radius too. So
sometimes it helps to see it, right? Like I use I don't have any grabbing range, but I'll use a piece of wood with a nail, and I drill holes. Like I'll measure the length of it, and I'll drill a hole where I can put a pencil through, and that's how I do my radius, because I nail it down, and then I can turn it. And if I can get away with a bit more, then I'll do that, opposed to, okay, well, let me go back to my computer and I'm going to see if I can push this, because I'm seeing it live, so I can make that change on the fly. So that's how I do it.
I'm just not good enough with computers. So
Yeah, I mean, like I use a computer for my work. That's about it.
if I can just leave them shut off, I'm good with that. So
Yeah.
that is Meet the Live Streamer. Go via or go home, guys. Anybody has any more questions? Now it's kind of your last little kick at the cat for that one. But I really appreciate having you up and getting the inside scoop on the Go via or go home, especially the name. That was kind of cool.
I appreciate you having me on.
The contest was cool. I love that idea. That was brilliant.
Thanks.
I'm sure everybody liked that. Everybody loves winning stuff. So
I'd like to do more. I don't get to do them often enough, really, but eventually I'll do more. But I definitely thought I'd get more hype going and give away a couple of posters for sure.
well, hopefully people check out my Patreon, because if I can get some more Patreons, I can have more contests too. So because I like giving away the big stuff. I don't give away these little itty bitty let's give away boxcar thing. I go right for the goodies. So Sean McGee says, great interview, guys. TSG Multimedia 79 still here, 68 thumbs up. What? Only that many thumbs up? And we gave away like 2 contests? Man. M. Peter LL just got here. Uh-oh. You're late. I'm calling you out on that one. You're late. Thank you, Chris and Sparky. That was a good chat. So I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was good. That was an hour and 12 minutes, so we kept you. So anything that you think,
flew by.
yeah, no doubt. Anything you think people should know about Go via or go home? I know that's the question. That's the hard one right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm terrible at self-promotion. I just, I do put a lot of effort in what I find into my shows. I think a lot more than what people will see, because they'll show up and it's about an hour or so. We spend a lot of time joking around, which is great, but there's also a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I think a lot of people miss. But it comes together at the end of the day, and it's all for you guys, right? All the viewers, everybody who watches, and yeah.
Vinny's mentioned.
I really appreciate when people show up. So.
Yeah, Vinny's mentioned that in the past. So have I. That live streams do take a lot of work, a lot of prep work, and getting things ready. Just for an hour show, it's like any other video or any other TV show or anything. There's so much prep work in behind it that you guys don't see. And then the other thing that you guys don't see is afterwards, I've got a mess of wigs I got to clean up now. And I've got stuff here and I've got stuff there. Like everything that's actually presented in a live stream has to be put away afterwards too. So it's not just the before, here's the hour. There's a lot of afterwards too. So, and like I kind of mentioned that because I feel bad about some of it. Michael McCarville, like I said, is going to be on right after I shut this off. And a lot of times I don't get to his live streams because I've got so much cleanup to do. A lot of times I've got trains running in the background and I've got to clean up a couple cards that fell off or something, or just there's a lot more to live streams that people think. So don't just think that you can, I've got a good camera, I've got a good internet connection, I can turn this on and go. Because a lot of those people, they do the live stream and you get the hello Dave BNSF N scale. Hello Schuylkill River Valley. And then they sit and wait for the next person to chat. You got to have something to show people and give them a used to be here type thing. So
Oh yeah, no, 100%. And it's you have those months where there's 5 new products and all that. You gotta, well, what is everybody gonna like? And then you're just hoping that it's here on time. And I did have to make a run all the way from Ottawa to Toronto just to pick up when the gondolas came out. And I went all the way. It took me 7 hours. No, it was about 5 hours, five or 6 hours one way. And I made a whole day trip of it. And it sucks. But the things that you do for the people that take the time out of their day to make sure that they're there to watch and, you know, that are cheering you on or whatever from their side of the computer. And I appreciate it just as much as I'm sure that they appreciate being able to, you know, take a time out of their day from the stress and the anxiety of life, all this COVID garbage, and then just talk trains for an hour or 2 hours, whatever you got. You know, you give me a lifetime, I'll talk your ear off about trains.
Well, I can't give you that much time.
No.
I got cleanup to do. Clean up an aisle too. So I didn't see any more questions pop through. I wasn't really looking at the chat though. A couple of people said it was buffering. Hopefully it wasn't buffering too bad. I do have it on. I haven't seen it buffer yet, but I don't know. The way the internet works, I never know if it's going from here to Mars to back or if it's just looping into my computer. So who knows? But there is 30-second delay. I know that much. So, so next time we're going to see you is next Thursday.
Yeah. 8 o'clock. Go via or go home. I'm on Patreon now too. You talked me into it. You twisted my arm.
Well, go ahead. Just take the last couple minutes here to, again, talk about the posters, how to get those, and talk about your Patreon then. Oh,
okay. Well, if anybody wants to contact me personally, email is gvoafterdark@hotmail.com. I'll probably throw it up in the chat or something. Yeah, so you can also, you can also find me on Patreon, Instagram, same name. A lot of people do tend to like my Instagram for some reason. I post a lot of funny stuff. Yeah, and then
you can show a couple of those posters again.
Oh yeah. So yeah, so for the posters again, there you can contact me if you do want one. Usually it's better if for my Canadian clients that you go through me. But if you if you live in the US, because I know that you have viewers from all over, go to Andy Fletcher's website, which is customtrains.org, I believe. Where'd my book go? Custom something. I'll find it. But yeah, if you email me, I'll direct you to the website. The GVO After Dark at hotmail.com. And yes, I still use Hotmail. But yeah, I'll be giving two of these away next week to 2 lucky people. I already know who they are. They're going to be excited.
Well, you hope that you know who they are. It might change because of live chat, top chat. So we'll have to go through the replay and actually figure that out. So.
Oh, true. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Skullkill River Valley. Yeah, that's my email. Nope, not Gmail. It's
oh, not that one.
It's Hotmail, not Gmail.
So it's that, but it's only Hotmail.
Yeah.
Make the
Hotmail.com. And same thing with the Patreon. Just set that up. T-shirts. You can get T-shirts and whatnot as well. Sweaters, depending on what level. And then I'll be doing exclusive content just for my patrons. Giveaways. And there's certain levels there where if you do sign up, I'm going to toss you a poster just for signing up, which is also cool because then you get to choose which poster you want. And if I don't have it, definitely email me because I've got a whole list of people that want specific posters, and I can definitely get those in for you. Or you can order directly from Andy Fletcher. So
there we go. There's the right one.
Yes. Perfect. It's all good. I appreciate the sentiment.
And the mods are usually pretty good at getting links and stuff up there.
Oh, yeah.
I actually matched the chat. So TSG's on his way out. Thanks for popping in, TSG Multimedia. And at some point, I will let you know what my plans are for my channel and my layout, because I have no idea. But guys, I'm going to wrap it up. That's been an hour and 20 minutes. And I know Chris probably has to get ready for work anyway. And I got to get things cleaned up. And like I said, Michael McCarville, as soon as I hit end broadcast, he will be on. So Michael, if you're still here, say hi a couple times in the chat so people can see what your name is and pop over to your live stream. We got Hot Rod Ronnie tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, as long as the weather's good. And Friday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, we got BNSF 6951. So, guys, that's the next couple live streams popping up. Like I said, if you entered the contest for Go Via or Go Home tonight, next Thursday, 8 p.m., got to head over to his channel, check GVO After Dark, and he'll let you know he'll let you know who the winners are. So that's it, guys. I'm going to hit the old end broadcast. Thanks very much for popping in. I saw that we were over 100 there. Chris, you must be pretty popular, buddy. You really lifted my stream up. So that was awesome.
Happy to help. Well, thanks for having me. It was fun, and the chat. You guys are great too. Thanks for all the awesome questions. You too, Sparky. It's again, there's an amazing community. Let's just keep going, guys. Let's keep going.
Yeah, keep promoting everybody, and like I said, that's why I like doing it. Guys that are still here, you did pop in on my Sunday live stream. It was something like this, but I bring up everybody else that has a channel on YouTube. We just do like a 5-minute talk type thing, what's on their channel and stuff like that. If you like that, let me know in the chat right now. And I can continue doing those every once in a while on Sundays instead of the GoPro Sunday. I did kind of miss my GoPro Sunday running trains and stuff, but I can live with it if people like it. And like I said, my channel really, I guess that's where TSG was kind of going with that, because we talked about it, is my channel's fading away from reviews and scenery and stuff like that. It's more community orientated now, community based. I like promoting other people's channels, promoting other live streams, really trying to bring the community together. Also do my YouTube meet and greets type thing. That's what really started that. And this whole showstopper thing, I just want us all to get to know everybody type thing. So broaden the community, make it bigger. So that's my plans for my channel. As far as my layout goes, slowly but surely, I add a siding here and a passing siding there, and hopefully a couple other businesses and stuff like that. But it's a very long, drawn out process, and I really got to get my helix. Some days it works perfect, other days it wants to screw up all the time. So lots of work to do. Always lots of work to do on a layout. It's never done. So. And it's not up in the other chat yet, but we got Grandpa Rails doing a $5 super chat saying, "Hi, Sparky and Chris." There he is. So,
Grandpa
right,
Rails, what's going on?
A lot of fun. Sorry, I cut you off there. What?
Oh, I was saying hey to Grandpa Rails there.
Oh. So, yeah, I'm going to end the stream, guys. That was a lot of fun. Like I said, Michael McCarville, head over to his stream right about now. He'll be going live. So, thanks, Chris. That was awesome, bud. Nice having you in here.
Thanks again for having me.
Okay, we'll chat again in a bit. Bye, guys. Have a good one.